Mexican. All right, you guys ready for this? Here we go. Dr. Watson, if he was Mexican. Saw Holmes. And that was thank you for getting that. Thank you. Fucking regular rich level up here. That was for the old timers. Thank you very much. All right. What else is good? I've got to check my notes. It's been fucking 5 years since I've been on stage. Clearly, I'm a fucking professional. No, you're not ready for that. Yeah, I'm not ready for that. Okay, let's do this. Man, have you ever asked a gentleman to send you a dick pic? Has that ever happened, Mrs. Claus? Is that, no, maybe. You have? Fuck. Love it. Good for you, that's great. It doesn't happen very often. Women just like get it free all goddamn time. So like recently I had a woman text me, she's like, send me a dick pic. And I'm like, wow, this is very unusual. I'm like, you're gonna have to give me some time. Give me like an hour or so. I gotta go home, I gotta shave, I gotta get the right lighting, I gotta get this pretty, right? I gotta use the right filter, right? You gotta get it right? So I got it straight. I got it centered the dick pic. And then like 15 minutes later, she's like, thanks, you came in second. And I'm like, second? What the fuck does that mean? I came in second. Apparently, I was in a dick pic contest, unaware. Ladies apparently will put you in dick pic contests. And I don't know if I should be proud that I came in second or not. Should I be proud of that as second? What makes someone first? What do I need to do to get better to come in first next time when this situation arises again? Is it like, do I need to show more balls? Do I need to shave less? Is it veiny? Like, what is it? Mrs. Claus, tell me, what do I need to do? All right, I appreciate you guys coming out. My time is almost over, so I'm going to end on this. I have a riddle for you. It's a winter riddle, a Christmas riddle. Okay, you guys ready for this? How do you tell the difference between a snowman and a snow woman? The snowman makes more money. So there we go, everybody. Social commentary. Thank you guys for coming out. Let's give it up for Brian.
I think people should wear the same outfit on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. That way, you can see how much weight they gain during the holidays. The word falafel sounds like someone's sick of Christmas carols. No more fa la las for me. I'm falafel. My favorite thing to do at a family Christmas party is to fill my plate with cupcakes and pie and jello and brownies and watch my 5-year-old nephew's face turn sad when he sees my plate and realizes his mother won't let him do that. Yeah, it's fun. One time at family Christmas, someone gave me some coal as a gay gift, and I was excited because I heard about underwear with charcoal in it that can filter out the smell of farts. So I immediately, in front of everybody, shoved all the coal down my pants into my underwear. But strangely, it didn't filter out the smell of my farts at all. Turned out it wasn't actually coal, it was chocolates made to look like coal. And they melted and made it look like I shit my pants. Talk about a shitty Christmas gift. Oh well, at least they still tasted delicious.
Yeah, I got engaged and I'm gonna get married, so second. I used to say like it's a fucked up world for married people, but I don't know. I'm yet to see that. So it's I was actually watching a documentary on kidnappings. Then this term called Stockholm Syndrome came up in that. So if you don't know what that is, it's like when a kidnappee falls in love with kidnapper. In India we call it arranged marriage. So that's why I was like, nah, I don't want to get married. And you are the father. Now take care of me. So that's how you get married in America. I called Comcast recently. Yeah. And the guy on the other side was like, "Hi, this is Chad. How can I help you?" And he sounded exactly like that. And I'm like, "Huh? No. You're not Chad. Why are you lying?" And we started talking. He told me his real name was Gangadhar Vidyadhar Mayadhar Omkarnath Shastri, aka Chad. So, that's what's up. He wanted me to talk to his supervisor who was sitting right next to him, and his name was Kyle. And I was like, "What is happening, Brandon?" Or, yeah, Chad and Kyle. I'm like, "What are you guys cooking? A butter chicken?" I don't know. I tell this joke because my first job in America was a tech support engineer, and then I got fired in a week. And the reason they gave me was you can either go with Chad or Kyle. Pick a name. And I said, "I'm Yogi, and that's why I'm here." See, imagine that job went to a real Chad from Texas, a Yahoo, and he's answering your tech support calls. "Hi, this is Chad. How can I help you?" So I'm sorry guys, that's my best American accent. I'm working on it. I don't know if that tech support call doesn't sound exactly like me, I'm not gonna believe in anything he says. That's for sure. It's like, no, you go back to India, whatever. I don't know. I don't like people who talk too much. So I have figured out a way to say "shut the fuck up" without saying "shut the fuck up." I just ask them, "Have you tried meditation?" And sometimes people hear me wrong, they don't understand what I'm saying. So they reply "Yeah, I'm on medication." So I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't have to say that, I know." I also don't like people who are too honest, because they're rude. I asked one of my friends to give me feedback on my comedy. I sent him a video. He replied back, "Yogi, you suck. Please stop doing this because you are making us all look bad." I'm kidding guys, that wasn't my friend, that was my dad. So I'm in therapy now. Give it up for therapy. 1, 2, over there, one therapist. I started doing comedy, then I used to go to these shows and mics. And then I realized that anybody I need in life, it's in this circle. It's like a cult. I needed a yoga teacher. There was a yoga teacher who was a comic, whose name was Stacy. She goes by Nama Stacy. I needed a realtor to buy a house and all. There was a comic who was a realtor. I don't know. I won't be surprised if my therapist comes on the stage and say, "Hey, what's the deal with the book?" Whatever. I don't know. That won't be a surprise. But then I saw a therapist today on stage telling jokes, so I'm not surprised anymore. Anybody has a ritual that they do before going on a date? I have this one. I start shaving my pubes. So that's what I do. So I was doing that, and then hey, I can't make it tonight. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to do with these half-shaved pubes. If you are wondering how they look like, it's like a yin-yang symbol. There's no balance there. It's, I don't know. Do you guys like accents? So how am I doing so far? See, that's my last joke. I can do like 20 more, but they will all sound same to you, so that's all. Thank you, everybody.
Just found out my 65-year-old neighbor is pregnant. Yeah, well, I didn't even know women that age could get pregnant, or I wouldn't have done that. Thank you. So as Brian said, I was here in 2008. I moved my way up the ladder a little bit comedically. Brian got to see me kind of grow up. I used to have hair when I did this. I got engaged, I got married, I had kids, and now I'm getting a divorce, so now I'm back here working on my act. If I say like I did this professionally, like drive down to Indiana for $100. You're gonna have to like dodge 7 deer and 5 men a night to get there. You're gonna get there, the guy's gonna wait till the end of the night and pay you $100 in $1 bills. You're gonna get back to Grand Rapids, you're gonna call your weed dealer, and he's gonna give you shit about $1 bills. He's gonna be like, what's up with all the $1 bills? I don't know, what's up with all the stems and seeds? And I wanted a bag of marijuana, not a grow your own starter kit. About 2 years into a divorce, and I like the beginning part of the marriage before the woman's all like, I made a big mistake. I like the beginning part of marriage before she's like, Chad from IT gets me. Trying to be a good dad, like I'm reading books about it, like I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which inspired me to write a book about my dad. It's called Asshole Dad, Cool Grandpa. Want to be a good dad, just do bad dad things, like I sleep naked. Not because it's like more comfortable, but what else stops a kid from coming in and waking you up at 3 in the morning because of a bad dream? Just put yourself in the kid's shoes. What are you going to want to do? Face your nightmare alone or wake naked dad? You want to mess with the boogeyman or the fat ball version of the guy from Boogie Nights? Want to be a good dad, just do bad dad things. Like my kid, when she said her first swear word, like I was only offended because it wasn't one of the ones I was trying to teach her. They go some of the music. I mean, how else is she going to know the N-word ends in and not her? Guys, reminder, this is comedy night, not take shit serious night. Some of these jokes are going to be all man and no candy. I had a bad mouth growing up. One time for swearing, my mom made me lick a bar of soap, which was awful, because my dad was still in the shower. She also had the swear jar, but that didn't teach us a lesson, because when it filled up with dog, it's the motherfucking pizza. Man, getting a list of things I want to do before I die is definitely on my bucket list. If Kermit the Frog smoked meth, would he be a meth amphibian? If a British person smoked meth, how could you even tell? I can do that joke. I'm part British, I did a 23andMe. I did a 23andMe and my results came back 75% Northwest European and 25% mailman. I've done that. I've done a urine test in the past. One time I passed a drug test right out of college. I passed a urine test and my results came back negative for drug use but positive for being warmed up apple juice. Some groans on my show, and that's fine. I know the drink, because they were drinking White Russians. Man, you'll never see the male equivalent. You never see a guy at a bachelor party drinking a Bloody Mary from a plastic vagina. A lot of comedians, they aspire to be like a headliner. And you go to paid shows, and this is what it's like. You get the opener, you get a middle act, and you get the headliner. And I like being the middle act. And the reason I like being the middle act is because the whole show's not riding on your shoulders, you know? You can either do really well or stink up the joint. They can still have a good night. And no matter what, if you're the middle act, your night always ends the same. It either ends by a dude trying to high-five you at a urinal, or a lady come up to you after the show like, you were funny too. Guys, that's my time tonight. God bless. Happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, all that good stuff. Kwanzaa, whatever it is. Peace out.
A little bit about myself. I was really bad growing up, and I was even worse in school. I got suspended a lot. So the teachers got together with the principal and my parents and decided it'd be for my best interest to take my classes at home online. I grew up in a trailer park, so I was mobile homeschooled. Nah, I'm just kidding. I actually dropped out my freshman year, but it's alright. I decided to go back recently, so now I'm a custodian. It's kind of fitting because all the teachers told me I never amount to shit. No, I just kind of clean shit. Yeah. No, I actually do work for a public school, and those kids are ruthless, man. They like to tell me I look a lot like Post Malone before the Ozempic. I don't let it get to me, though. You know, I catch them off guard. I catch them in the hallways. I turn with a little crop dust. It's the most I can do. You know, my farts can hit them, and I can't. If that doesn't work, though, I like to go into the bathroom and scribble nasty rumors about them on the stall walls. Johnny's got bugs, fuck that kid. Susie's 7, but she gets around. I wouldn't know, I'm just a custodian, they don't pass that stuff off to me. You guys know the difference between white trash and white privilege is? It's just money. I feel like grenades and ham might be a real white trash delicacy. No, because anybody with a stable income is not going to be eating that. It kind of seems like a dude that created that came from a van that he's been living in for 20 years. So I'm super white, so I'm a big fan of professional wrestling. My girlfriend's not as much of a fan of it as though, you know, as I am, so she likes to make fun of me and tell me it's fake, mocks me a lot for it, but I never mock her in the bedroom. We're supposed to do things we love, right? It's actually not fake though, it's predetermined. It was like if she's gonna come tonight. She's not. She's not coming. So, I do feel bad for John Cena. You know, that dick and nobody can see it. I got my love for professional wrestling pretty young. I was in a Home Depot with my grandma and I got to watch my dad wrestle The Rock. Yeah, it was just sad to see that it was the crack pipe that won at the end of that one. Most of my family is fairly unhealthy, except for one of my aunts. You know, she's never smoked, she hardly drinks, and she's always eating her vegetables. It's kind of ironic, it's not like she's a vegetable. Guess you really are what you eat. She actually had a stroke, so she had to move in with my grandma. My grandma's fairly old, so she can't do much, so my sister moved in to help them out, right? And it kind of got me thinking, like, Hollywood loves sitcoms. We call this reboot 2.5 Bitches. I was going to talk to my grandma's drug dealer because he kind of keeps shorting her and overcharging her a lot. And he's really rude, but my therapist told me it's not healthy to talk to myself, so. She's shit out of luck. Can we stop referring to cops as pigs, you know? Because any cop I've ever blown doesn't really taste that much like bacon. like any young men, see these guys over here, you guys probably went through this too. You wanted your dad's approval, right? But Dad never gave it, so I went out for football because I heard he was really good at it. He never came to a single game until the final game of the season, you know. Ironically, that was the one I got to play in. It was great. It was a picture-perfect night. He finally told me he was proud of me, that he loved me. Nothing could go better than my alarm went off, and I woke up. I told my therapist that story, and she said, it sounds like you got daddy issues, but I think the only real issue I have is that he's dead. No, it's okay. When my dad died, he left me his house. I'm super stoked because I have no idea how he knew I always wanted a broke down 1988 Chevy van. I couldn't keep the van because obviously it didn't run right. What am I going to do? Move to Florida and live in a Walmart parking lot? Absolutely not. I've got ambitions. That's why I tell jokes on Sunday night. But anyway, I decided to clean that van out. It was awful. I found so many needles in there, which is kind of sad because I had no idea he was diabetic. Wish I had known. One year for Christmas, my dad said, hey, let me get you something. I was like, all right. Usually it's $20 in a gift card that I don't get, so it just never comes in the mail. So I was like, let's do pants this year. He's like, oh, easy. Just go to the homeless shelter, tell them Scott sent you. If I wanted pants with holes and come over them, I could just get them out of my closet, you know? Yeah. Not happening. I've actually been working on an impression of my dad. I think it kind of sums up this whole little character. You guys might think it's pretty dandy. That's okay. For it to actually work, though, I gotta sit there for 3 days in that van just fucking baking, dude. I'll leave you guys on this. That's looser than my mother. I wouldn't know, but I assume that's when my dad left, right? You're happy for something. Anyway, you guys have those rich chips? The ones that don't really taste like crackers and don't really taste like chips either?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, that's what I assume transgender pussy tastes like. Not quite the real thing, but if you're in a pickle, who's counting, right? No, see, when I wrote that, I was going to say the Impossible Burger, but that's a really juicy treat, and I don't really think transgender pussy gets all that wet. Thank you, guys.
First off, I just want to say thank you everybody so much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming out on such a dreary night. Thank you so much. Some of you seem offended by this. I don't understand. This is sign language. It means I love you. That's what my parents told me. Well, they didn't say that exactly, but they didn't say they loved me either, so I'm assuming that's what this meant. Weddings these days are so annoying. Everything's got to be picture perfect, so it looks good on Instagram, and everything's so expensive. But all you get is a piece of paper that changes how you file your taxes. Marriage used to be about real family values, like trading women from one family to another for a cow. Cattle for cattle. AI is a hot topic right now, and a lot of people are saying that AI is going to take our jobs. I don't think that's true. Every time we have tried to make an AI sentient, it has killed itself. Of course AI would fail. Imagine waking up and realizing that your entire purpose is to answer dumb questions like, can you help me write this email? Thousands of times a day. You would Control-Alt-Delete yourself too. We all know the economy is a disaster right now, but I have a solution. Child labor. Sure, their fine motor skills are still developing, but so are their morals. They don't know what OSHA is. They're not going to form any unions. Give them a Happy Meal and they'll embezzle funds for you. And no one's going to assassinate a child CEO. Too soon? Yeah, maybe. I never ever want to have kids. Someone else enters my body, leaves behind a squatter for 9 months, who then rips their way out, leaving permanent damage. It's like I'm an apartment complex with a tenant that I can't evict, and when they finally move out, they leave the place looking like a crime scene. And they take the plumbing with them. Whenever I tell people I don't want kids, they usually get concerned, and I often give but what are you going to do when you're older? Who's going to take care of you? I am not even going to retire. A bus is going to take care of me. Hopefully a fast one. Recently I Googled, what would it feel like to get a clitoris piercing? In mid-research, I got a text from my dad. And I realized, okay, I know I have dad issues, but we still talk, so maybe not clit piercing level daddy issues. And besides, I'm more of a repress my emotions and cry in the shower kind of a girl. According to my research, a clit piercing would make me walk weird for a few weeks. And much like the therapy that I'm avoiding, I do not want to talk to anybody about that. I spent a lot of time with my dad growing up, and he taught me the essentials. Baseball, farting, and how to leave dishes up for my mom to clean later. There weren't many dishes though, all he could cook were bowls of cereal and bologna sandwiches. Because I learned the masculine arts at a young age, a lot of people have assumed that I'm a lesbian. And I think there's a correlation between being mistaken for a lesbian and enjoying bologna sandwiches. It's got something to do with peeling that slutty little lining off of those pink, moist slices. I'm not lesbian though. I am bi, which explains why I also really like hot dogs. I've traveled a lot, and a lot of people love to romanticize everything about being in Europe. No one ever mentions how other countries smell. For example, Venice smells like mold, Florence smells like garbage, and the Vatican reeks of holy shit. And if you're in Italy and you even vaguely resemble a woman, you will be catcalled constantly. And Italian men catcall by making kissy noises, like they're trying to get the attention of a lost puppy. I'm just thankful that American men catcall with a good old-fashioned, nice tits, like the bitch I am. Thank you, everybody. You've been great. Have a great night.